So, it's 2020, which means that 2019 is done, which means that it's time to do that thing I didn't do for 2018, but I did for 2016 and 2017 and talk about my favorite games of the year. I only didn't do the 2018 one because I just forgot to make it and then it got too far away for it to matter. I did make a list. I think I have that list somewhere around here still. But anyway, this is for 2019. I just have 10 games instead of 15 like I had on my list for last year and like 17 back in 2017 or something. Some of these games I don't have a ton to say about. Some of them I have too much to say about. Outer Wilds, I'm looking at you. Outer Wilds might be a separate thing. But let's get this started. So, number 10, I have Indivisible, a game that I have not finished, but from what I have played, and I played more past the stream that I did, it is a perfect mashup of fighting game mechanics, RPG mechanics, and pretty well written story with beautiful visuals. And I am 1,000% here for it, especially with like all the South Asian influence and everything. And there's a Jollibee in that game. I Indivisible is really good, and I'm really glad Lab Zero seems to be starting to branch out into other things because I mean their only other game is Skullgirls, but I also love Skullgirls, so I'm really really happy to see them doing stuff, and I really hope they continue to because I like that game and I want to see what else they do. Uh, Number 9 is RE2 Make, or RE Resident Evil 2 the remake, whatever you want to call it. This may be the most. This might be like the best remake that has ever been done, like hands down. It's perfect in its. It captures the feeling of the game you remember in your head, but then makes it one of the. And in some ways, Jesus fucking Christ, it is too realistic, but it is so gorgeous in Gore. Just like that game is absolutely beautiful. Like, if I was just going for like technically the best looking game, RE2 wins that in a landslide for this past year. Um that game looks so fucking good and the RE engine is so goddamn powerful and that it is not sustainable. Like learning how that engine works and the fact that like everything has to be scanned in and before it can be like messed with for the actual game, it just oh that's a lot. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much to sustain. But I'm glad we get it. I'm glad that we have the RE engine, and I'm glad that they are continuing to refine that thing and make better and better games with it. Um, it's really gorgeous, and that what they did with Mr. X was frustrating, but super cool and interesting at the same time. Like there are definitely problems with the way that Mr. X is implemented because I just got tired of it after a while. It wasn't a set piece moment like in the original. It wasn't this thing that like, oh shit, now it's happening. It's like, okay, well this motherfucker is constantly following me around. I guess this sucks. And it made that game extremely tense though. In a game that was already really tense, it made it so much more tense, which is good. It's a horror game, of course. Like, they had to ratchet up the tension because they changed the entire control scheme for that game. Like, the reason the original Resident Evils were tense was because the controls sucked. And in this one, the controls are great, which means that they had to ratchet up somehow, which meant stronger. Like, way more resistant zombies and Mr. X constantly following you around and fuck the lickers. Um, but yeah, I really liked RE2 Make a lot. Number 8 is Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds, I really, really loved it in the beginning and fell off of it pretty hard. I think once you get off of the first planet, I think the writing really takes a dip. And I think that while I like a lot of the characters, I did not like what I was doing. Um, Up until the end, where the end has like a really. The end kind of exposes the workings of that game in a way that I wish they hadn't done. The lady at the end, what's her name? Contacts you near the end, and basically you can go down the bad path then, like right near the end. It's like their last chance to do that thing, and I wish they hadn't. If that hadn't been there, I think I would feel a lot better about this game. Um, but I don't. I like that kind of broke it all for me. I just yeah. I there are narrative things that I wish were different. That's really it, because that game is gorgeous. I love the characters in it. Parvati is my sweet daughter. God damn, that fucking game is so good in so many ways and such a letdown in some others. But it's still 1,000 times better than anything Bethesda themselves have produced since Morrowind. So, I mean, Obsidian's still better. Number 7, DMC 5, which honestly, shocked it's not higher, but some really good games came out this year. When it first came out, that was my game of the year. That was what, February, March, something like that. I was 100% on with DMC 5. I really, it, after DMC Devil May Cry happened and Dante seemed to be the last that we would ever have of that whole series, I'd kind of written it off as like 4 Special Edition is the last thing that I'll be able to play from them, and then they fucking made 5, and 5 is just so goddamn good. DMC 5 is so fucking good. I was just playing it yesterday to capture footage for this, and it's so fucking good, and my broke ass hands can't do it anymore. But I don't care because I want to just. That game is so fun. Like, the story's whatever. Like, yeah, cool. We got Virgil back. Awesome. Good. Sweet. That's exactly what we needed. Nero gets a double trigger. Cool. Awesome. Sweet. That's exactly what we needed. I don't care. V is amazing. Oh my god, V plays so fucking well in that game. Dante has so many ridiculous weapons. Fucking the goddamn, I can't remember the name of the motorcycle axes. It's so good. It's so ridiculously good. Balrog is amazing. Like, everything in that, it's so good. Every weapon for every character is so good. God, I love V. I love playing as V. We finally got a fucking stand character. We finally got a goddamn JoJo's character in a goddamn action game. And you get 3 stands. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to go play it again. I'm going to go play through it again. I'm just going to go do it. Number 6 is Shadowkeep. Like Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. Last year, Forsaken was my game of the year, and while I like Shadowkeep, you can feel that this was a lot smaller in scope and meant to be spread out. And I know it's definitely because I played 600 hours of it since October, but I burned out really quick because of the grind. The grind in this one was rough in a way that I I think I might. I'm not done. I'm definitely going to continue playing, but I've definitely taken a break for about 2 weeks now. Um, I think I might need to just do that and play a lot less. The There was cool things though. Like I really liked seeing the pyramid ship. I really liked the story of Shadowkeep. I'm enjoying the story of this season, if it even if it is a little bit spread out and mostly grind with a couple cutscenes. I'm enjoying seeing Saint 14 and stuff. I'm really digging it. But there's a lot that I'm not digging so far with Shadowkeep. And I think that's why I knocked it so far down. Uh yeah. I I don't know. I think I need less grind and a little bit more to do. Like, was there? I'm trying to think if there was a single new strike in Shadowkeep. I can't think of, or no, I mean in season yeah, there were two strikes in Shadowkeep, plus the PlayStation only one got added. That's it, huh? Yeah, that's all there was. Yeah, Shadowkeep feels light. It feels content light with a lot of grinding, and I think that I just need to finish adjusting my expectations of what that game is now, and I will like it a lot more. But I'm not saying that it's a bad game at all. It's definitely worth time. I think I just put too much into it at once. Number 5 is A Short Hike. This game kind of came out of left field at the end of the year for me. Like, okay, not left field. I watched the Giant Bomb Quick Look when it first came out. I have heard people talk about it the whole time since. But I hadn't played it until it was on sale for Christmas or something, or it was Black Friday. I picked it up. And this game kind of is just amazing in every fucking way possible. I love how it looks. I love how it plays. I love every bit of the writing. It's in no way the same as Night in the Woods, but it's also very similar to Night in the Woods in terms of a witty, well-written story with a bunch of anthropomorphic animals, and you do a thing. That's where it ends, the similarities, but it's still really good, and I really like it, and I just want to keep playing it. I'm actually probably going to play it tonight after I finish replaying DMC5. Um, Short Hike is play Short Hike. Like these top 5 are ones that like I'm gonna say like yes, please, absolutely play them. The bottom 5, give them a shot if you can. But like the top 5, fucking play them. Um, the mechanic of just exploration being everything for that game, and having this island to just lose yourself in is so nice. And I think I just pinpointed why I liked it so much. It's like a small scale version of Outer Wilds in that sense, without the mystery or the heart wrenching existentialism. Huh. A Short Hike. It's really good. You should definitely give it a shot. It's like $8. Number 4, Untitled fucking Goose Game. The game with the best name, the game with the best goose, the game that I may have had some of the most. No, you know what? I will say, other than DMC5, it was the most fun game to play, and possibly my favorite puzzle game of all time. I mean, that goose took over the fucking internet for like a month, and I still see memes with the goddamn goose. I love that goose. We have a series for that goose. It's coming. But I just That game is so fucking charming in every conceivable way, and you are a horrible, horrible goose. Please play Untitled Goose Game. I know people are all, but the Epic Games Store, although that's died down a lot now, but still, it's on fucking Epic. It's like $15. Fucking play Untitled Goose Game. It's so good. It's so much fun. If you like puzzle games and you like just being a fucking asshole, play Untitled Goose Game. It's charming and you're a massive piece of shit and just, oh, that game's so good. You should play Untitled Goose Game. 3. Kind Words. Kind Words is one of those games that I saw maybe 30 seconds of when I, like, on YouTube, and I bought the game instantly. It is a very, very simple game. It is your character in a very small room. There is an open window, a desk, a bed, and some other furniture. There is one camera angle. And you write letters to other people playing this game. You write, well, kind words. You write positive things to them. You talk to them about their problems, and you are there for these people you will never meet. It's kind of like Journey, where you almost build these relationships with these people and you start to like recognize writing styles, or you recognize the signature at the bottom, because sometimes people will sign them. I think actually it auto signs them. I'm not sure. But that game has been there, and in times when I have had a hard time reaching out to people in my life, and I have only had it since September, but that game has helped a lot. It's helped a lot. I really like that game, and it's well worth $5 to just, if you have something you need to just get off your chest and you don't have anybody you can talk to or want to talk to about it, it's good to just put it out there and then receive something kind, or just understanding, and to be able to do that for someone else as well, and know that you will never meet these people, but know that you have affected their life and they have affected yours, even in some small way, through a very nice looking video game with very nice music. If the next two games if the next two games on this list had not come out this year, or this past year, Kind Words would have been easily my game of the year. And honestly, could trade place with number 2. That game is... it is good. There are a lot of games where I'll say, like, oh, it's a good game. I don't mean in good in terms of that. I mean it is good. And it absolutely deserves people playing it. You should play Kind Words. Number 2 is Control. I have a history with Remedy games on this channel. I haven't played Max Payne yet. That is coming. I need to get a PC copy of that. But I hate Alan Wake. I hate Alan Wake with a venom that I reserve for very few things that are not abusive people from my past. That game just brings out something in me that is just disgusting. I despise everything about Alan Wake. I loved American Nightmare, which was weird. I didn't like Quantum Break a ton. I thought it was okay at best. But Control feels like Sam Lake and everyone else at Remedy figured out what they want and what they want to make and how they want to make it. It feels like a culmination of everything their previous games did well, put together, and wrapped in a package that honestly seems to like outstrip what they have been capable of doing before. And I don't mean that as an insult to the devs at Remedy. I just really did not like your previous games except for Max Payne. Max Payne's great. Max Payne 1's fantastic. But Control, down from the writing to every bit of the gameplay to the setting to everything, how that game looks and feels and sounds, everything is so immaculate in that game. Jesse is one of my favorite protagonists in like a long while. And I don't want to just sit and just talk about the entirety of the game. I could do that. God, I could do that. That game is good. I'm going to do that with Outer Wilds. I'm sorry. That's going to literally be another video because this is already at 22 minutes recording. I do have to do some editing on it. But every character that you meet, everyone who is like an actual like named character that you meet is such a person. Like it's not like the dude, I can't remember his name. The dude in the containment area that you have to go and like get back all the escaped SCPs, we'll say. He's such a fucking asshole, and all he's worried about is going out and going and feeding his cats. Like, he leaves that poor dude in front of he forgets about that guy in front of the fucking fridge, but spends like multiple sentences complaining about his cat and how he needs to go back and feed his cat. It's been a while since I've played it because of graphics card problems, but the security chief is fantastic. Everybody is so good in that game. Every character is so well realized, and I love all of them. Even if their mouths are really weird and look like their teeth are going to jump out. That game's mechanics make you feel so fucking cool. And I love games that make you feel cool. That's why Hyper Light Drifter, besides all the other things, is like my favorite game of all time. Because you just feel fucking cool. And, oh god, I just really... Control's really good. Control is so fucking good. Play Control. It keeps going on sale now, and there's single player DLC coming for it. I complained about this when I was recording the last episode. I say single player DLC because that's what everybody keeps saying, but there's no multiplayer in that game. Of course it's single player DLC anyway. Control's dope, the writing's dope, the mechanics are just fucking awesome. The weird, cool shit that happens in that game, the fucking the ashtray maze is one of the coolest sequences in video games. Every time Ati shows up is creepy and awesome, and I love him. There is so much about that game that is so good and so few bad things. I like my negatives on that game honestly boil down to I wish there were more skills and I wish that I had been required to use all of them more. I forgot about the melee. I rarely ever used the shield. But like that game's so good. It's so Control's so fun. I want to go play Control again. God damn it. Recording this is the worst thing I could have done because it's making me want to replay all these games. Fuck. And that's going to be it for this one. My number one is Outer Wilds. So if you don't want to listen to me talk about Outer Wilds for like, I don't fucking know how long that's going to be because Jesus Christ, the conversations I've had about that game with Sam even last night were like 45 minutes. So to get all of my thoughts and feelings out on Outer Wilds, that's going to be a separate video, which will come out tomorrow or as soon as I'm done recording it, or as soon as I'm done recording and editing it. A lot of people complained that like 2019 wasn't a good year for video games and how they were having such a hard time making their list and stuff. This year was fucking fantastic. Y'all just need to play more indie games. Yeah. I probably would have put Sekiro on here, but I didn't play it. There's a few games I just didn't play that probably would have made this list and knocked like Indivisible or RE2 Make, whatever you state. I probably would have knocked off Outer Wilds or Outer Worlds. God, that's a fucking thing too. But yeah, the 2019 was great, and 2020 is looking interesting. We got new consoles and stuff coming, so should be fun. Anyway, I'm gonna go record the Outer Wilds episode. That's gonna be a while. Yeah, have fun. Have a nice night, everybody. I'll see you.